Hello. How's everybody doing out there? My name's Chris. I'm happy to be here. I have a problem. It's comic books. I'm not sure how bad of a problem it is because I like my comic books, my toys and such. But my name is Chris. I'm one half of the Kids on the Escalator team. Brent is getting ready to go out on tour with Megadeth and Lamb of God and I don't know. I can't remember. Trivium, maybe? Can't remember the names of all the bands he's going out with. But so I'm going to pick up the slack here, and we're going to do Sunday live from Machete Comics on Sundays. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. So it took us a little while to get everything hooked up here, but we're ready to roll now. Hopefully there's not too much of a delay in what I'm saying, and it doesn't annoy you too much. Hopefully it's pretty good. Yeah. There's Brent right there. A Sunday with a coffee. Perfect combo. You bet, buddy. My drink is compliments of whatever my daughter left in the fridge there, who is legal drinking age. So, yeah. Cheers. There you go. And there's Brent on the screen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice Sunday. It's really hot where I'm at. So one of the things is I was going to go live from the actual studio upstairs where you could see all the drawings, tables, and all the cool stuff on the walls. But, internet's awesome. So we're down here, which is fine as well. I've got a lot of stuff I want to tell you folks about. I got some, what I'm going to talk about on here is basically, I'm not going to do drawing tutorials or anything like that. I'm just going to be coming to you from Machete Comics, which is basically the upper floor of my house. We have a computer room, we have a drawing room, and we have a bathroom because you need a bathroom in a comic place. Yeah, you need somewhere to go to bed or go to the bathroom. That's my joke. My wife liked it, so she was laughing, so I thought that was kind of good. Right on. And my wife is the one who does the coloring, the placements, all the stuff that makes the comic book even better. She edits it too for my great writing skills. Excuse me. All right, so Machete Comics is located here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And I would say if punk rock was a comic book, Machete Comics would be what it sounds like. Huh? Yeah, punk rock was a comic book, sound like Machete Comics, or would look like that anyway. So we have a very indie, original, classic style that we like to work with. Although we do use computers, you have to these days to make the job easier and just make sense. But a lot of the color, the shading I do is still by hand, of course. But we're just a small company just starting out. We are on our second comic book. From the same line from Skeletron, which I'm going to show you in a second here. So here's issue 1 of Skeletron, which we're super, super proud of. And this is sold out. There is actually one issue remaining that's going to be in a contest, and I'll tell you about that in a little while here. I got lots to tell you folks about. So this is, see, I got it in this nice protective case. How do you like that? It's not CGC graded, though. I would love to get it graded. But it's not. It's just in a frame. But look at that. I love that. I'm so proud of this. And if you were one of the 100 people that bought this, thank you so much for supporting the cause. Our comic book company is family run. It's me and my wife, right? We do all this ourselves, and we have a blast doing it. So thank you for supporting our family is really what I'd like to say out of that, right? Okay, so that's issue number 1, and it's sold out. Now, they've got some cool stuff coming up here because issue number 2 is available. There it is right there. Oh, another one. Just so proud of it. Look at that. There it is. There's this issue 2. It's Follow Me to Hell. If you've read issue 1, you know that there's a cliffhanger at the end of issue 1, which was pretty cool, right? We introduce a new character in issue 2, which I should probably still hold up here so you can see it. In issue 2, we introduce a new character, and he is from the military, and his name is Shane Burhell. So this episode is basically on the inside entitled Burhell. And it was influenced by a good friend of mine growing up, a neighbor of mine named Sean Burwell. And he said I could use his name. He said it was cool. He said he wouldn't sue me. He did. He said he wouldn't sue me. I said, I don't need to sue you, buddy. I'm good. Life's good. So I'm cool with that. So a good friend of mine is influenced, heavily influenced in one of these characters. So the character's name is Shane Burhell, and my friend's name is Sean Burwell. Right on, Sean. So if there's any chance, Sean, you are watching this, man. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, man. Yeah. I have a drink here of some sorts. Good. Okay, so that's issue number 2. Introducing a new character, and the character is basically the military comes in. But there's a secondary character that gets introduced I don't want to tell you about because it's kind of another cliffhanger at the end of the issue, and I don't want to spoil the ending because I love to leave cliffhangers. Well, we both do, my wife and I. We love to leave cliffhangers at the end of our books, our stories. So, and there's also a bonus story in this. This is a full-length comic book, so does cost a little bit more, folks. But there's an extra episode in here also about Shane Burhell and going into a little bit of his history, so you can see a little bit of what makes that dude tick. So that's like a backup story. So this is actually our first full-length comic book, because the first one was pretty short, right? Excuse me. It was just kind of getting to the point of introducing Skeletron, doing an origin issue. Origin issues are hard to do because as a writer, the origin's been in your head for so long that you just want to get past that and have everybody love your character like they do Spider-Man and stuff like that. So we did the origin issue. I was very proud of it. As I mentioned, it's down here. I sold out except for one copy. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But this is issue 2. Now, there's only 100 copies of these available. All right. First one came with a sticker as well. Did you get the sticker if you got the comic book? Yeah, you did. Did you stick it somewhere? I don't know. But randomly hidden. So here's what we decided now too. The first 50 issues have one of these. There's 3 of them available. Okay, there's 3 issues of 50 that have one of these in them. Check out how cool that is, my friends. Yeah. So what that's going to get you is original artwork. Now, it's not just original artwork. It's artwork that's been printed in issue number 1. So you're owning a piece of the history of issue number 1, man. I think that is really cool. You know, for something that I'm going to follow my heart through and is going to be huge, huge, huge one day. So we've got 3 of these tickets in the first 50 issues. We'll do something different for the second 50 issues, but it won't be original artwork from the first issue. I'll tell you that much, man. Heck no. So if you find one of these, and we have a stack, don't we? Can you just grab the stack that's going out just so I can show folks that we are actually selling comic books? This is what it looks like, your golden ticket. If you find this in your comic book, man, you just want a piece of original artwork that right now I would sell for $400. In the future, when this is big and has a cartoon and stuff, so we are selling comic books. Here's a big stack that are going out. Trying to show you those. That's just one stack that we have that my wife could carry. Thank you. So there may be one of these in that first group that goes out. There's one in there somewhere in the first big group that goes out. Okay, so just so you know, if you've already purchased a comic book from me, there's a ticket in one of those. All right, and that was like 20, I think, that went out in the first batch. So there's at least one ticket in that batch, my friends. Okay, so there it is. So I'm really proud of that, as well as my wife is. And again, my wife made this ticket. That's all hers. That's my artwork down there. Of course, that's my Skeletron. But this was all my wife's doing. She did an amazing job on that. Good job, Lonnie. Good job. Okay. What else? Okay, so yes, we got the contest coming up, which is I'm really excited for. So here's the thing about the buying the comic book too. Now I know I can't put it in all the stores. Now that's actually a really big pain in the ass, friends, especially for just the 100 comic book run. It sucks, and I lose so much money. So what I do is I put it on a store, I put it in the Etsy store. Okay, and when you go there, you need to put in Machete Comics as one word, and it's here. Now here's the thing: the shipping is as much as the comic book, which is like $7 or $8. Okay, like I know, and then so you think, wow, if I could just hang out with you or just see you and buy it for $7, that would be like half the price. And it is. So if you're local and there's a way that you can meet me or I can meet you, I will definitely hook people up for $7 for what the price of the comic is. If there's a way I can meet you, you know, if I scope you out on Facebook and you're sketchy as fuck, I'm not going to meet you anywhere. So just keep that in mind. But hit me up because I would love to save you $7 shipping. You know what I mean? And that's just Canada. States is more. If you get that ticket though, you're going to get a free number 3, I think, too. I can't remember what we did, but that's a bargain deal. That's a great deal. So anyway, if you are local to Kingston or you're passing through Kingston, please give me a heads up. I'll tell you what, I'll meet you on a beer patio and you can buy me a beer. I think that's a good deal. Buy me a beer and buy a comic book. I got a hole in my lip, and I'll entertain you with chatting conversation like I am right now. Okay, folks? There we go. So that's issue number 2, available now at the Etsy store. Machete Comics, one word. And again, shipping. I apologize for shipping, but you know, nowadays shipping's cranked up. They're really trying to get everything they can. So I can hook you up personally, I would love to do that with the comics. I do want those to get out there. Again, there's only 100 issues out there, man. We're already 25% through them. So, excuse me. Keep that in mind. Okay, so what are we talking about? Yeah, okay, so the plan with Skeletron right now is that we have a 4 comic book story arc going on. So right now we have 4 books done, ready to go. We're on number 2. After number 4, we are going to take just maybe a month off. Right? Depends how long this works for, because I am starting to draw issue number 5. Okay. So the 4-issue arc is going to be sold up until probably, I'm thinking, what is that going to go? When will the issue be done? The arc, the 4-issue arc? Because we only got 2 left, right? So yeah. August, September, November. So probably by November, December, we are going to go to working on the animated segment, which is going to be fantastic. And at that point, since we only had 100 copies of each issue available, what is it?
Oh, I changed your logo there.
Oh yeah, it's cool. There, I can see Brent. He's on there. I can see him in the corner there. Hi, Brent. I can see you. Look at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, mate. Freaky deaky, mate. That was freaky deaky. If you can name who I'm copying there, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of other things here. That's why Brent threw me off there, because I was looking at you and you were looking at me and I was looking at you, mate. Freaky deaky. Okay. 4-issue plan. So we're doing the 4-issue story arc. All right. We're at number 2. It's going to go to a 4-issue story arc, which is going to basically get the first story that I want out there. Okay. And that will get you up to date pretty much with the whole scheme of who is Skeletron. What's the deal with this guy? You know what I mean? And there's other characters that are coming and I'm very excited about, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone. I will mention that one of the team of villain comes in is a wrestler, El Terrifico. And so if you're into wrestling, there is some wrestling action coming in. All right. What else there? So after the 4 issues, we're going to work on the animated segment, which I've already talked to some people about doing voices for, and I've got some really rad musicians and actors to do voices for me. I am stoked. I will maybe do the narrator's voice. I was going to do a few other ones, but I'm not sure. I got some really rad people that want to be involved in voices. So I'm very, very excited about the animated segment that will hopefully be done for the new year, or at least will be in motion by the new year. Okay. So again, Skeletron 2 is available. There is a golden ticket inside. 3 random comic books of the first 50. You can win original artwork. All right. Now that's going to bring us to my next subject here. Tomorrow, our local comic shop, SBT Comics, which is just up the road from me. There are 2 comic book shops in Kingston that I like to go to. One is downtown. That is Nexus. Thanks, Lonnie. That was awesome. Is downtown. It's called Nexus Comics, and I suggest you go there. Fantastic place. Ask for Adam. He knows his stuff. And I also go to one that's just up the street from me, man. Like I could ride my bike to this one up the street, my BMX bike. And it's ran by a really kind fellow named Mark. And what we're doing is we're dropping off tomorrow this original piece of artwork of Skeletron that I've done. It's even going to be in this frame. So it's framed. Don't you hate it when you get something beautiful, but you get a beautiful piece of artwork, but you don't have a frame? Yeah, that annoys me too. So check that out. So we'll be dropping this off tomorrow down at SBT Comics, Kingston. Yeah, that's nice. I really like that. Wow, maybe we shouldn't give this away, Lonnie. I don't know. I'm really liking this. Yeah. Okay. And we're dropping off an issue, a copy of issue number 2, and the last known available copy. Nexus, I thought had one, but I think they put it aside for somebody. But you will get also from this contest down at SBT Comics, you will get a copy of issue number 1, the now legendary, sold out issue number 1 with the first appearance of Skeletron, first comic from Machete Comics. So there is one left that is being sold, and that will be in a contest for SBT Comics that we are dropping off tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting, huh? If you live in Kingston, it just gets better and better, right, my friends? Now, as I mentioned, our Etsy store, okay? Just going to pimp a couple more things before I start talking about I'm going to do some serious nerd dive here in the next little while, folks. So what I'm going to do is, if you do watch the Kids in the Escalator show, I thank you very much. Brent and I have such a blast on there, and our co-pilot drops in Mike. We have such a good time on there. It's fun. So what I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going deep dive into nerd stuff. I lose a lot of viewers on the other one sometimes. If I go too nerd heavy, I get a lot of the, what are you talking about look. So, man, there's no nerd filter on this on live at Machete Comics, my friends. So, so just to pimp one more thing at my comic book store company, if you go to Etsy.com and you put in Machete Comics, one word, you can buy prints of my work. Here's a reimagination of a redrawing of Incredible Hulk 181, which is, of course, the first appearance of Wolverine. So I've drawn it like in kind of like a modern Hulk, modern Wolverine in Wendigo. And I have a colored version of this on the computer that I just finished up as well. This isn't on the store yet, but we're giving you the sneak peek on what is going to be in the store. So again, it's Etsy.com, Machete Comics, one word. Here is a Ghost Rider Kiss, Gene Simmons Demon mashup. This is on there and available. This is one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done. That's why I wanted to show it here. I guess, mixing the band Kiss and Ghost Rider, which is two pretty rad things. So I'm a big fan of this one. This is one of my favorites, and it is available in the Etsy store. Again, the shipping on some of this stuff really gets me down. If you can do a digital download and take it to your Walmart, dude, you get this. What is this online for? Is this like $5, $7?
Yeah, $5 to $8 for
$5 to $8 for this. It goes on your drive, and you take it to Staples or to Walmart, and you give them the drive, and they'll print it off for you. And what does that cost? Like $2-3? Depending what size and gloss, right, friends? So you're looking at getting a nice print if you don't mind leaving the house for about $7, $8. That's a great deal. Okay, so moving along here. Here's one that I'm working on now that I got to finish the sky. I'll be doing on. This is a barbarian lady that we've created. I've had some recommendations on how to keep drawing her, and I'm going to do that next. Lonnie. There is Corvus Glaive. Now, this is just another picture that I did for myself. This isn't on the store at all. I did this one for myself. This is one of the beauties of being able to draw. Is it on the store?
It's a download.
Not the color one.
No,
not the color version of this. Ghost Rider's my spirit animal. Yeah, nice. I like that. So this is my personal. I colored it up and everything. This is for myself. The good thing, one of the cool things about being an artist and enjoying the stuff you draw is I can draw stuff for myself. So I did. That's for me. Finish that off myself. Okay. What do we got next? All right. So that's my Machete store. I don't really have a website per se. We've got the Etsy store. Okay. Try not to slurp.
You can also get to it from Facebook. Hit the shop button.
Okay, good point. So you can also, if you go to Facebook, Machete Comics does have a page on there. There's about 600 people following it on there. That's fair. And you can find, like, Machete Comics is a great place to go because the link for the store is on there as well. All right. Now, here's one thing. So we're going to talk about some. Now, first, I want to talk about some classic movies. All right. We got classic movies. Here we go. Yeah, look at that classic. Well, not classic, but look at that X-Wing. Just, the shape of the X-Wing is really awesome. Like an X-Wing. So, zeroing in, we're going to be talking about a moment in the movie The Empire Strikes Back. Look at that. Sealed in package. Mint. Want to become famous? Buy flowers, primes, and viewers on bigfollowers.com. All right, buddy. There you go. There's your shout out. Bigfollows.com, folks. There you go, buddy. Cheers. So check this out. Yeah, it's nice, right? It's not for sale. It's just part of my personal collection. I like that. It's a newer retro version. I do have the original of that, though. I'll have to show that next time. So anyway, we're going for a nerd deep dive here, my friends. Now, a lot of conversation when I talk to my friends, my Star Wars fan friends, are really focused on Empire, is R2 and Yoda's interaction. Now, Empire was made before, of course, the Clone Wars stuff was ever done, especially the cartoons. The cartoons, Yoda and R2 did share scenes. Okay, I think there's 3 episodes where they actually shared scenes. And another mention was that R2 has never been wiped. Okay, so 3PO, they kept wiping the guy's noggin, right? R2 doesn't get the wipe. Okay, there's a time when they wanted to wipe it with Anakin, and Anakin said, "No, you're not wiping his memory. That's not. He's my buddy." So Anakin always looked after him, and then strangely enough, Luke picks up where he left off, right, and kind of adopts R2 to be his own little droid and his own little friend and lookout. So they land in Dagobah, and you've got to wonder again if R2 has ever been to Dagobah. Or if he would be privy to knowing about Dagobah. He acted like he didn't know who Yoda was. He gave him a little shock, and he would have R2. The common knowledge is R2 would have known who Yoda is, right? Through everything that's gone on, he would have known who Yoda was. So why did R2 act the way he did? Okay, here's my opinion on that. All right, my thoughts on that. R2 is probably one of the most loyal characters of all the Star Wars movies, right? He's entrusted with the plans to the Death Star. He's entrusted with a plan to save Princess Leia, who is the future of the rebellion. R2 is not 3PO. You know what I mean? Like R2 can fly, and not just fly. He can help navigate in some of the craziest Star Wars battles we've ever seen and survive. Not only survive, but thrive. He's been amazing at that. So my thought on why R2 acted the way he did, especially right off the bat, okay, because eventually they sit down and they talk. They do have conversations, all right? But the reason I think R2 acted the way he did off the beginning is because he had so much respect for Yoda, and he knows where Yoda sits in the plan of the Empire and the history, because R2's been around forever. So it's programmed into R2 all the stuff that's happened, and especially being around Anakin and all the battles, to know that I'm going to trust Yoda to just do what he does. He's training Luke right now. So my thing is that R2 knew that as soon as they landed on that planet, R2 knew that Luke was being trained from that moment.
Which one am I saying? No.
Yes, yeah.
R2 also had the directions to get to Luke Skywalker.
He had erections?
No. Directions.
Oh, directions.
To go to Luke Skywalker in the final one.
Okay, so in the final episodes, yeah, which you twist my arm to talk about that a bit, but yeah, so and R2 was also entrusted by Luke, probably, the directions to find him. So that just shows you how important R2 was in the scheme of Star Wars, and not just to the scheme of Star Wars and the storytelling, but to the actual heroes and the good guys that were fighting the Empire. All the things that R2 did, like, so my opinion on and then the cool thing is the little conversation that they had though when Luke was going into the dark tree to to do the Jedi, kind of do the little challenge there in the darkness, when he fights Vader and cracks open his skull and finds that it is Luke. Which really slowed down the movie, in my opinion, like going with that scene where R2 and Yoda are kind of talking to each other, and it's not they're like, it's not like R2's going, woo, yeah, like doing like that, right? It's like, it's not good. It's not good. So when he was in the tree there, but I just found it slow everything down. And then of course I was really young. Well, not right. I was pretty young, not really young actually. Wait, it was. Wow, it's good that I can say that. Usually I can't say that. I was really young when Empire Strikes Back came out. And I can remember that scene coming in the movie. And then the scenes after, I was just kind of like still trying to wrap my head around what just happened in that tree with that scene where but it slowed everything down. I think if they would have focused a little more on R2 and Yoda's relationship in that scene would have been a little cooler. But it's my opinion is that R2 knew all about Yoda and was respecting Yoda's teaching skills and brought that into play as soon as they hit the planet. Okay, so there we go. So that's my opinion on that Star Wars theme. That's a nerd deep dive on that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, we're going to go from classic movies, which we'll be talking about every week. We're going to go now to modern movies. Wow, we got some cool stuff coming out, my friends. Holy, so I just watched again, but I think I just showed my wife today, was the trailer for Venom. Right, which is rad. And then coming out shortly after, I think, was going to be Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, what do these two movies have in common? Thor, Love and Thunder, and what does the Venom movie have in common? Lonnie, do you know? The god of symbiotes. Well, no, the god of not a lot of people are going to know this. The god of symbiotes is Gore, the God Butcher, who is going to be the main villain in Thor, God of Love and Thunder, and is going to be played by, because I keep forgetting his name, because I want to call him Batman. by Christian Bale. So Christian Bale is going to be, and I know what you're thinking.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and this is the original symbiote. This is where Venom came from. Spoiler alert, my friends. If you didn't know this, though, you're going to find out because it's going to be everywhere. So there it is right there. As I itch my nose behind here. There's what will be Christian Bale fighting. What's Thor's actor's name? Chris Helmsley?
Oh, it's not the female Thor.
Oh, I'm just saying, if this happens, if that scene happens, man, there you go.
Chris
Hemsworth. So there you go. Look at that. How cool is that? Oh man, that is some rad work. And this comic's going to be brought up again. When we talk about comic books, I'm going to bring this up again. But so Christian Bale will be playing the God Butcher, man. So friggin' cool. What a great character. So let me tell you a little bit about who this guy is. Okay, who is this guy Christian Bale is going to be playing, and why is he such a fierce villain? Okay, so check this out. Oh, I should have brought my glasses down. Oh, I'm gonna have to wear my wife's glasses. Here we go. Now it's an episode of Coffee Talk. We can do Coffee Talk, Brent. Okay, so check this out. Gore possesses the all-black Necrosword, which according to Galactus, yeah, there should be a noise when I say Galactus that goes, yeah. Gore possesses the all-black Necrosword, which according to Galactus, carved the first dawn from the stone of the endless night. So he's got a sword that is apparently carved from the first dawn from the first stone of the endless night. Okay. Wow, it's kind of like the Fade to Black, right? They're copying us, Lonnie. Yeah. All right. So the blade allows its user. The blade allows. Sorry, I want to bring this paper down. The blade allows its user to create wings that allow the user to fly at extreme speeds and create weapons and a shroud of berserkers constructed out of darkness. So just like Venom with his symbiote kind of stuff, he has a sword that does this. Okay. So he can create sharp tendrils that can kill any god, including Asgardians. Looking at you, Thor.
Oh, I get it.
Looking at you, Thor. All right. So later banished into a black hole, but an elderly King Thor uses it to battle Galactus. Blah blah blah. So Gore's coming in now. The thing about Gore is that he was on a planet that worshipped gods, and their planet all of a sudden, wasn't getting rain. It wasn't getting what it needed to survive. So Gore got mad at the gods. And so much so that they kicked him out of the village for not believing anymore. Now, Gore came along, two gods that were fighting and fell to the earth. Okay. So this is Gore. This is Christian Bale's character. He's walking around and these two guys fall. And what happens is from the one god, I don't want to give up too much. I know, right? So the two gods fall and he takes the weapon from the one god. And that's, the Necrosword. So that's where he gets it from, is two gods that fell to the planet. Now, what he does with the sword is what starts the next of his career. Okay. Now, whether they follow this whole thing, I don't know. It's beyond me whether they go through this whole deal. Again, if you're a deep dive nerd like myself, this is like really old news to you. You know what I mean? You're just kind of waiting for this to happen. Well, first we were waiting for Secret Wars to get Venom's background and history in there, which they still might do. And that would be a cool spot where they actually got the symbiote from that would still work, in my opinion. The Fantastic Four, yeah, and bringing them in. Well, Secret Wars would just be fantastic to do, and bring in Fantastic Four, wouldn't it? That would be amazing. Okay, so there's how we bring in the God Butcher. Now, what I want to talk about next in our nerd dive here is a comic storyline that is just fantastic, just fantastic. And this one, I'm going to show you guys stuff that I got too. That's like this is nuts. The price I got this for. The second time I went to the store to buy some of these issues twice, we went to the guy downtown. This was a store that I don't go to that much. I can't remember the name, but we went to him and we said, okay, look, man, this is the second time taking these comics. There's still some of them left. They're in your dollar bin. You may want to pull them. And he brought it up on the computer screen there. And he wasn't even really answering us. It was kind of odd. So anyway, I have that whole God of Thunder, the first run with with Gore the God Butcher and how he becomes Gore the God Butcher. I got dude, these were in the dollar bin. If you're in the know and you're watching this, I know you just dropped whatever was in your hand because this is insane. There's like $70 comics in here. Now, this is the best part about it. 2 issues of it, right? Look at it. Like, this is great. 2 issues. I don't have 2 of that one for some reason. That one, 2 issues. There's one that I pulled out though because it's even more. I think maybe look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one. I thought I had 2 issues of that one. Maybe it's in another pile. Oh, you know what? I'm maybe again. Yes. Oh my gosh. So this series here, when it goes to the God Bomb, and what a great name for a storyline, the God Bomb. Oh, man. So this series is great. God of Thunder. If you can afford it, or you haven't, there's 2 issues of that one there. Look at that. This is all dollar bin stuff, my friends. Dollar bin gold. Look at this. Oh man, maybe we should sell some of these, Lonnie. Maybe we should have an auction on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. I mean, house. Yeah, this is awesome. My comic book collection is friggin' phenomenal, and I'm slowly gonna show it as we go along here. So there's that's one collection that I have that is fantastic as well. The art, the story. Starting to drop stuff. And also, you watch the prices on that stuff go because it's already there. As I mentioned, there's already like some of the books in there were $70. So you watch that stuff go as soon as Christian Bale hits the screen, man. I'm stoked. So maybe we should have a comic book auction on here at some point anyway. Huh? So yeah, so if you guys want to comment down below or send me a message on any other things you would like to see from my collection, I got tons. I have tons of stuff, my friends. Like the stuff that I have is immense. New toys, old toys, comic books. Man, I got some. I think my oldest comic book is an X-Men #6 and a Daredevil #4, or maybe reverse those. I can't quite remember, but as you can see, I have quite a big collection. I like to show them off, and I like to talk about them with people who are into comic books. But if there's anything you'd like me to talk about as well, like the whole thing between Yoda and R2, if you want to discuss that a bit, that'd be great. And I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Was R2 just being a dick? I don't know. Okay, so what else did I want? Oh, I'm just going to show you. So here's some more comic book stuff. We're going to end off with some more comic book stuff here, my friends. So this was a gem that I found right here. Look at this. So for all you, this is going to throw in a little bit of gaming here and mix this in with this. So we've got some retro gaming here. So if you remember the game Yar's Revenge from 1982, it was a cartridge game from Atari. And this is a little comic book, man. This is so friggin' cool. Check this out. This is gold. Yeah. It gets me off the beginning here. This is great. Oh, my glasses again. I think. No, here it is. So it's Yar's Revenge comic book, right? We Yars are actually descended from the common housefly. Ew. Damn. What's more gross? Well, I guess some of those centipedes and earwigs are grosser for sure. But yeah, there are way grosser bugs, but still from the housefly, which we all love. But what I kind of turned me on here was the way the artwork was almost like, because this is 1982. Like this is airbrushed. I'm 99% sure this is airbrushed, but it looks so up to date. 82 is what I meant to say. Sorry, 82. Wow, our numbers, right? Holy cow. It's 2:20 here in Ontario right now. I don't know what we're doing. We're acting like it's... Anyway, look at the artwork. This is fantastic. This is great. So this is just a little gem that I found in my collection. I have tons of classic video games as well. My Atari video game collection is immense, as well as my Nintendo collection. The only system I'm missing, other than like the brand new ones, right? They're easy to find. You can just go buy one of those. Nintendo Switch. You can just go up to the Walmart and buy one of those. But I'm missing a GameCube, I think, is the only one I'm missing. I have the original Game Boy in a case. The original case. It was gifted to me by an amazing person and student of mine. And it comes in this like almost like a steel kind of, it looks like a steel kind of case. And it's got the original Game Boy and all the fixins like the, yeah, maybe I'll bring that one out if people would like to see that. So this is a little comic book that came from the Atari cartridge. Whoa. Beautiful, beautiful. A cool little part of my comic book collection. Don't have any bag and backer board small enough to hold that in. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, I'm doing a contest at SBT Comics that I enjoy going to. one of my therapy runs is to go downtown Kingston to Bagot Street, I believe it is, to Nexus Comic Books here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And they have dollar bins. And I'm talking not just like $2 bins. They have 2 shelves of dollar bins. There's a lot of dollar bin comics at Nexus, man. And they have some great stuff in there. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I picked up last time I was there. What I usually do is my wife will go downtown shopping and check out the little stores, which the stores are amazing downtown. Downtown Kingston is a great place to go. And I'll go to the dollar bin and I'll spend my whole time just down in the basement in Nexus Comics. So here are, and it's just funny because here's I bought a bunch of stuff for my wife this one run here, and I'm going to show you some of that. This one was for me. This is the variant cover Nightwing 51. Wow, look at that cover. I love these Virgin Light covers where it's just the artwork. I think those are fantastic. I think we're going to have to do a Skeletron one like this, Lonnie, for issue, because we've done kind of different covers every time. I think the third one should be like this. That'd be neat, huh? So there's some DC loving for you, Brent. There's some DC loving for you. That's Nightwing. That's sweet. And actually, I think from this batch, I got Brent a comic book too. Batman, Superman one, possibly. So now we're going to get, so this one I got for my wife, and this is another variant edition. Black Cat. Look at that cover. $1 all day long, my friends. All day long. So this is one for my wife's collection. Still got to put it in the bag and backer board. I'm slacking. Okay, here's another one for my. Oh, and this covers like real. This is like issue number 1 of Skeletron. Or yeah, like yeah. So look at that one. There's another one. These version covers are just beautiful. And Brent says, "Indeed, I did." Yeah. So that Brent's got one of these from this series. Unbelievable. Look at that. That's so nice. So this is the Year of the Veil, Supergirl 34, and my wife likes. She's got some cool Batgirl comic books actually. Thought I'd grab her this one. $1 all day long. I would pay for that. And I love this one. This is the kind of artwork I like to do. Is this style? This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 3. I don't know what series, but my wife collects these, so I picked this up for her. So look at that cover, $1, and look at this. Look at the spine. Oh, I'm on. Where are we? Look at the spine. Look at how nice that is, my friends. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Anyway, the spine. Okay, look at that. Isn't that great? Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's clean. There's just one tick in the spine there. Then that's beautiful. Oh, and here, check this out. I put this one on my TikTok, and I got about 700 people liking that. 700 likes is pretty good on something, I think. If you get more than 500 likes on something, that's pretty rad. I had one viral video on my TikTok. TikTok's Chris Machete. Yeah. So check this one out. Oh my gosh, look at that one. Howard the Duck. And this is Marvel Super Special. This is a reenactment of the movie, or a reimagination of the movie in comic book form. Look at that. There's the back cover. It's really cool. It's really cool. So this is 1986. Yeah. Wow. And it's even got like who it's starring kind of thing, like the way. I don't want to wreck this, man. This is awesome. This is a good. So yeah, dollar bins, my friends. My gosh. All day long, right? Look at that. And that's beautiful. But then this is in really, really, again, just one tick. I guess one tick, and then it's only worth $1. Goes to the dollar bin.
Are they making a new Howard the Duck movie?
Howard the Duck has been in in a few things, right? You see him, but I don't know if there's any plans to make a full movie out of him. A TV show would probably be something that they would be willing to risk. I would think so. Yeah. Okay. So, and a lot of people, of course, everybody asks me, "What's your favorite comic book of all time?" That's my most asked question. So it's not just one comic book. This is my comic book Bible. This is what when I first read this, I just was like, wow. Again, see, I'm just looking at it now and I'm blown away. So it's Slain, the Horned God, and it's all of them. These were originally in those British 2000 magazines, 2000 AD that Judge Dredd ran. This is all of them, and it is really thick. This is just incredible. So Simon Beasley, I've heard his name pronounced so many different ways. Yeah, Toy Traders. Go to Toy Traders and get the dollar bin. Get some video footage and send it to me, Brent, and then I can share it with the folks here, and that would be great next week. I'm going to go to the dollar bin and get some more shares too. So if you had a video that I could play on here, or I don't know, maybe you can zoom in with us. That'd be great. Anyway, so this is my comic book Bible. This is beautiful. like the smell of it. Sorry, but I just like this. It's oh my gosh, the art in this is it's all painted. This guy's work's amazing. He did all the Lobo stuff that I really enjoyed too. Simon Beasley. The artist is Simon Beasley. Beasley. I don't know what you're thinking of, but so this is gold, man. Oh, I love this. This inspires me. Oh, look at the panels. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Yeah, so look at this stuff here. Oh, wow. So this is my comic book Bible, my friends. This is it for me. I love this. I could pick this up at any time and read it and love it. That's it. So that's a kind of expensive bit. Slain, the Horned God. Simon Beasley. However you want to pronounce it. The dude's a mint. All right. So there we go. That was awesomeness. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me spill my guts and have a nerdgasm here. You know what I mean? And really go high on some nerd stuff because I like talking about that. No nerd filter. Full on nerd dive. All right. So Machete Comics. If you would want to buy issue number 2, there's a chance you could win some original artwork that was printed in issue number 1. There's issue number 2. And also, as I mentioned, if you are in Kingston or local to Kingston or coming through Kingston, which I recommend, it's beautiful here, just hit me up and I'll meet you somewhere and sell you this. As I mentioned, as long as you're not like, all shady and stuff, man. You shady, I'm not gonna. If you're all sketchy and shit, I'm not gonna meet you there. If I check your Facebook page, man, and you're like, hanging animals from trees, I'm not gonna meet you. I'm not. Wearing skull masks. There's Skeletron number 2. My wife's giving me the sign that I'm talking too much. Okay. Carnage, check out, is going to be in the new Venom movie. The trailer's out there. Check that out. Look at that cover right there, man. Look at that. Yes. This is live at Machete Comics. Just sitting here with my wife, who is the co-owner of Machete Comics. There's her name on the bottom of the now legendary Skeletron number 1, which will be dropped off. An issue will be dropped off tomorrow. SBT Comics, along with some original artwork. And thank you for tuning in. Oh, I want to thank Blue Microphones for the help and support. All right. Thank you, Blue. Blue Yeti. Very cool. Okay, so again, I am one half of the Kids on the Escalator podcast. Brenton On Tour is getting ready to go on tour. He will be running the Megadeth, Lamb of God, Fred Penner show. I don't think it's coming through Canada again. I think Fred Penner's been banned from doing shows in Canada, as there's usually a riot. The mosh pits are too violent for us Canadians here to handle. So I don't think they'll be doing the tour here in Canada, unfortunately, which we were going to go live from that show.
Oh, you
remember?
mean, okay.
Yeah, so the Megadeth show is not. I don't think it is. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm looking at the dates online, and I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. But anyway, I think I will still be seeing Brent, and we can maybe do the show together from here or something. Dean retweeted you. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, buddy. Dean Blundell. We're on the Dean Blundell network. So yeah, that's where all the cool shit happens, man. That's where you got to go. You got to go there. All right. So again, I'm Chris Machete, Chris Machete Cochran, and I am one half of the Kids on the Escalator podcast team, hanging out here in Kingston, Ontario, from Machete Comics, downstairs from Machete Comics. Right. Thank you for tuning in. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go do some drawing. Yeah, live from Machete Comics. We'll see you next week.